Good morning, YouTube. I apologize. The video seems a little dark all of a sudden, even though it was working fine just a little bit ago. I have two things to tell you today. Number one is it may be a couple of days before the next post after this one. My leg is acting up a bit. It's been very damp in Virginia, and unfortunately that caused my foot to get wet, which unfortunately caused a blister to, well, we won't get into it, but needless to say, I might be in the hospital for a couple of days. If I can figure out how long I'll be there, I will update you. Second thing, a few little pickups just because I don't want to just make a 44-second video and then run away. I do have some stuff from the last few days that I've picked up, and I will show you that stuff. Starting with just a couple of goofy things that a friend of mine who has a thrift shop, consignment shop, whatever you want to call it. There are so many of these things in Virginia, I can't believe it. But for $1, I got a Sega Saturn baseball game. Only because it was a Sega Saturn game. Don't see those out in the wild too much, so I decided to pick those up. If any of you watch a British reviewer named Ashens, and I've talked about him once or twice, he reviewed something just like this before. This is called a pop station. As you can see, it's designed to look very similar to a PSP, but it is not. When you turn it on, yeah, it's got some stupid, yeah, so the stickers are actually real PSP ones. I don't know why they would put them on this thing, but hey, to each their own. Well, that ruined it. But yeah, I got that for very cheap. He had it marked at $3, but he sold it to me for $1. Helps if I hold it the right way up. Next, let's see, an NES controller for 50 cents. Original. It's not a USB one or anything like that. And then a friend of mine who runs another store. Apparently all my friends have thrift stores, which doesn't make a lot of sense. But he's the one that sells me Wii games because he doesn't really know how much they're worth. But for $1, it says $2, but he gave it to me for $1 because it doesn't have the case. Need for Speed, High Stakes, the first one. This was cool because it's one of the first Need for Speed game with actual deformable cars versus some of the other games before it where there was no damage models. For $1 on Game Gear, you've got Power Rangers. Also on Game Gear for $1 is Jurassic Park. I've never played the Game Gear version. If it's anything like the regular Genesis version, though, I think I would like it. Pawn Shop Buddy for $5 gave me a 20 gig hard drive as well as a power supply for a FAT360. He doesn't take them anymore, but they had a box of stuff laying around, so he gave me a good deal. It's just nice to have these when I pick up extra fat systems. West Virginia guy gave me a fair price on a copy of Mario Galaxy. No, this isn't his. This is from a flea market, pardon me. This was listed at $14, but because somebody had written on the disc, I got it for half off. I got it for $7. My buddy in Martinsburg sold me a Baby Blue 101. It does have a broken hinge. I knew that going in, but it does work, which means this is now going to be the screen for the actual GBA mod that I've been talking about forever, but have not gotten around to. I got a copy of Donkey Kong Country as well for 50 cents. That was when I bought the NES controller, so $1 for both of those. Model 2 Genesis with one regular controller, one aftermarket turbo controller. But I have like 19 controllers. Also came with the brick, and unfortunately only an RF adapter, but I do have AV cables. That was $10. I still have the Model 1 up there on my shelf. I just I don't like using that one. Doesn't seem to work quite right. These next ones were $1 a piece, and I got them on my way to work yesterday. Platinum Hits Need for Speed Most Wanted. NCAA Football 12. Madden NFL 13. Need for Speed Pro Street. Now, I've only played the PS2 version of this. I don't know if this version is much better. I've heard that the graphics are much better. Obviously, you're going from a PS2 to an Xbox 360, so I definitely want to give this one a play and see how it stacks up. And then Dead or Alive 4. It was $1, and it's complete. So, yeah, that's about it. Just wanted to make this video, put it out before I went down for a couple of days, and we will see what happens from there. If you have any questions, leave them below. If you have any comments, leave them below. Please remember to give me a thumbs up if you like my videos. Give me a thumbs down if you hate my videos. Yeah, that's about it. I will talk to you guys later.